Hey Mexicans, welcome back to this new video where today we're going to be spinning the map again to see which country will form an empire. And I'm going to be doing this 8 different times for the pre-recorded videos when I'm on vacation. So let's see which countries will... So what country will be forming an empire this video? Malawi. Okay, that can be done. It's a pretty small country, but we can do that. Oh yeah, Michigan already formed an empire, so I'm gonna make a separate map layer for that. So, countries that have already formed an empire on this map will be grayed out. So, hold on. So, Michigan is the first empire. I'm gonna save this map real quick. Empire map. Because because this isn't gonna be episodic. I gotta keep this. Gotta keep this as a thing. So yep. All right. Let's begin. So we have Malawi over here. So yeah, this country is pretty weak. Dang it, I keep coloring on the wrong layer, but this country is pretty weak. If it was a one-on-one fight, honestly, Malawi wouldn't win any fight because of how weak they are. But since this is an Empire video, we usually like to buff them, so it will have a fighting chance. With that being said, though, what would be the weakest neighbor for Malawi? Honestly, it would probably have to be Zambia. So yeah, they declare war on Zambia. Now, since they're a pretty small country, their forces are also pretty spread out in one area. So they don't have to worry about other fronts unless other countries join in. At that point, it wouldn't be a fair fight. No one wants to help Zambia. Pretty good presumption. But, yeah. They take over this portion of Zambia. And they take over the capital pretty quickly. As the rest of Zambia just folds over to Malawi. And they will be fully annexed because, of course they will be. Now Malawi's kind of just unrecognizable. It's just kind of just looks like Zambia annexed Malawi, but it's really just Malawi. You know where it originated. Yeah, this thing's about to look even more unrecognizable. So yeah, next up, we have the declaring war on Zimbabwe. I think Malawi is kind of reforming Rhodesia. Except it includes them now. Yeah, they take the capital pretty quickly and take that major city. And fold. I mean, these countries aren't that strong. So yeah. That's interesting. Next up, though, they declare war on Mozambique, and they're not alone in this invasion, as someone also wants land. South Africa, and they want land too, because they already annexed Lesotho and Eswatini. I kind of want to darken up the yellow a little bit. No, darken. Yeah, like that. That works. You can see the cities, but it'll still be a dark yellow. Now it's time for the invasion. South Africa pushes in from their own front. They take the capital of Mozambique as it's pretty close to their border. But otherwise, Malawi pushes in from their border. It's really interesting. With the capital province gone, honestly, I don't think Mozambique even can exist anymore. So, anyway, peace treaty time, and, yeah, expected partition. So, a majority of Mozambique will go to Malawi. And that's, not really that crazy of a prospect. But then, this little bit of Mozambique, that is the capital province, goes to South Africa. Because it would, of course it would go to South Africa. Who else would it go to? And yeah, that ends that. Now, there's not that many places they can expand. They don't want to expand here because it's just kind of eh. They don't really have plans to go and get Atlantic Ocean access. But they do kind of want to solidify their border up north. So they will declare war on the DRC. However, that's where the scales tip, as the East African Federation, while technically not a union, they're still pretty damn close to each other. So the East African Federation joins this war. Then we have South Africa gangbanging too. And, well, yeah. Angola also joins in these two. They didn't want to invade them, and yet they're doing it. Alright. Well, who's gonna be allies with them, if you're wondering? Well, you see, Sudan here does not like South Sudan. And that is that. I mean, Egypt doesn't really care about this alliance, though, unless Ethiopia is involved, which they aren't. So yeah, but Libya and Algeria join, and one that Mauritania does too. Then no one else joins. Morocco's tempted, but they don't yet. Yeah, it's weird with them. Yeah, also Russia sends military aid over to the red team. Who gets aid from the blue team? No one. Yeah, that's not gonna go well. And yeah, go well it doesn't. As it isn't much of a fair fight anymore. So Sudan pushes into South Sudan. And that is honestly an easy war for them, as you know how problematic South Sudan is. That honestly begs the question, is Sudan even going to be able to oppress South Sudan? Probably not. But do we care about that? No. So yeah, they push it to South Sudan to take that out. They cut off the rest of Uganda. Well, yeah. And then along with that, because Sudan's helping along with Libya and Algeria, the Malawi pushes in from here. Honestly though, they should not be this strong. But they are, because they're buffed. Also, the help is helping. Yeah, anyway, now Malawi and Sudan meet in the middle, which cuts off the Tanzanians and Kenyans from the DRC. They capture the capital of both of these countries. And that's a collapse story. Then we have these countries collapsing too. With the South Africans having their 3 capitals. One is this. This one is the first to be taken. Then we have this one. At least I think that would be it, right? Yeah, that's another capital. And then they finally take the last capital. All 3 capitals of South Africa have been taken. Each pocket will surrender. And now they take over the DRC's capital. And take over the very resource-rich South. Right. Want that to take that final city. And that's the end of the DRC. Finally. Now we can take a look at a peace treaty. I would like you to note that these countries over here are not getting any land. Sudan is. So yeah, let's take a look at the peace treaty. Okay, sorry about that. Apparently I forgot to switch displays. But anyway, in this peace treaty, we have South Sudan annexing little bits of East African Federation land. The rest of the East African Federation unites, and Angola joins that. As for Malawi itself, it like triples its land area, as it used to be like restricted to about the Mozambique area, but now they regain all Mozambique, annex bits of South Africa, a good chunk of Botswana, and a good chunk of Namibia, along with basically most of Angola. And now they go coast to coast. And I would say that Malawi has become one of Africa's top naval powers, if not the top naval power in Africa completely. Yeah, I'm saying top naval power in Africa. They don't compete with well, the US doesn't exist on this map, I forgot. They don't compete with navies like India, China, or Russia. Actually, I bet they could beat Russia, but I don't know about India or China. Anyway, with that ends off this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a new video. Peace out.